Chapter 7 Ambition. We have been discussing how essential it is to have love, and we saw that one cannot acquire or buy it. Yet, without love, all our plans for a perfect social order in which there is no exploitation, no regimentation, will have no meaning at all. And I think it is very important to understand this while we are young. Wherever one goes in the world, it doesn't matter where, one finds that society is in a perpetual state of conflict. There are always the powerful, the rich, the well to do on the one hand, and the laborers on the other hand, and each one is obviously competing. Each one wants a higher position, a bigger salary, more power, greater prestige. That is the state of the world. And so there is always war going on both within and without. Now, if you and I want to bring about a complete revolution in the social order, the first thing we have to understand is this instinct for the acquisition of power. Most of us want power in one form or another. We see that through wealth and power, we shall be able to travel, associate with important people, and become famous. Or we dream of bringing about a perfect society. We think we shall achieve that which is good through power, but the very pursuit of power, power for ourselves, power for our country, power for an ideology, is evil, destructive, because it inevitably creates opposing powers, and so there is always conflict. Is it not right then that education should help you as you grow up to perceive the importance of bringing about a world in which there is no conflict either within or without, a world in which you are not in conflict with your neighbor or with any group of people, because the drive of ambition, which is the desire for position and power, has utterly ceased. And it is possible to create a society in which there will no inward or outward conflict. Society is the relationship between you and me, and if our relationship is based on ambition, each one of us wanting to be more powerful than the other, then obviously we shall always be in conflict. So, can this cause of conflict be removed? Can we all educate ourselves not to be competitive, not to compare ourselves with somebody else, not to want this or that position? In a word, not to be ambitious at all. When you go outside the school with you parents, when you read the newspapers or talk to people, you must have noticed that almost everybody wants to bring about a change in the world. And have you not also noticed that these very people are always in conflict with each other? over something or other, over ideas, property, race, caste, or religion. Your parents, your neighbors, the ministers, and bureaucrats. Are they not all ambitious, struggling for a better position, and therefore always in conflict with somebody? Surely it is only when all this competitiveness is removed that there will be a peaceful society in which all of us can live happily, creatively. Now, how is this to be done? Can regulation, legislation, or training of your mind not to be ambitious do away with ambition? Outwardly, you may be trained not to be ambitious. Socially, you may cease to compete with others, but inwardly, you will still be ambitious, will you not? And is it possible to sweep away completely this ambition, which is bringing so much misery to human beings? Probably you have not thought about it before because nobody has talked to you like this. But now that somebody is talking to you about it, don't you want to find out if it is possible to live in this world richly, fully, happily, creatively, without the destructive drive of ambition, without competition? Don't you want to know how to live so that your life will not destroy another or cast a shadow across his path? You see, we think this is a utopian dream which can never be brought about in fact. But I'm not talking about utopia. That would be nonsense. Can you and I, who are simple, ordinary people, live creatively in this world without the drive of ambition which shows itself in various ways as the desire for power, position? You will find the right answer when you love what you are doing. If you are an engineer merely because you must earn a livelihood, or because your father or society expect it of you, that is another form of compulsion. And compulsion in any form creates a contradiction, conflict. Whereas if you really love to be an engineer or a scientist, or if you can plant a tree or paint a picture or write a poem, not to gain recognition but just because you love to do it, then you will find that you never compete with another. I think this is the real key to love what you do.